Hey everybody, just give me one moment. I'm tweeting out a link to the live stream. I don't know if notifications are going to go out or not. Okay. We got over 60 people, so I'm going to assume notifications went out this week. See, because I was thinking to myself, man, am I going to have to post my content on my backup channel this week because the numbers are low? But like I said, it's probably going to take a little bit of time before our kind of entertainment gets back to the numbers that it was back in July. Okay, we got over 100 people. And like I said, I just tweeted the live stream out, so we should be good. So you should see my top comment there about Cash App and my episode score. So if you tune in later, you can see it at the top. Personally, I give this episode an 8. I actually liked it. Now it wasn't perfect, don't get me wrong, but I think it was really good. Just to kind of give you some backstory, I was tired. Uh, I think I tweeted out around 6:45 or something that I was feeling sleepy, but I tried to fight it, and I'm like, you know what? I feel like I know what this episode is going to be. The Karen intervention, Zach getting into the fight being the cliffhanger. I'm like, I don't think I'm going to miss much. So I closed my eyes, and I was out for about maybe close to 2 hours, hour and some change. Regardless, I felt good. I'm like, you know what? Let me go ahead and watch this episode while I'm in a good mood, while I'm energized. I got a bite to eat. So yeah, I liked it. This episode was good. I I don't look, maybe it's because I watched it without commercials. Now I have YouTube TV. So I'm like, I woke up at 9:08. I'm like, dang it. I could jump in the episode and catch up, you know? I could just jump in there and catch up because I can fast forward commercials on YouTube TV. But I'm like, nah, I'll wait. And I just finished up. I started at like 9:58 and I finished about 10 minutes ago. But yeah, before getting started, we have close to 200 people in here. Can you do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button? Like I said, if you like and comment on all of my recent uploads, that's going to help the channel get back into the algorithm. So we'll get a lot of views again. So that's really going to help out. So please, we're at 24 likes right now. Let's try to get it over 100. Hit that thumbs up button. But let me explain why I like the episode, okay? Can you let me do that? Because I know, because on Twitter, because when I woke up, I'm like, hey, sorry I'm late to the party, but without spoiling it, was the episode good? A lot of people said no. 10 minutes into the episode, I'm like, I really like this episode. Um, but let's get into it. And also, I have not watched The Oval yet. I will watch it later. I want to be up all night because I got eBay orders I need to pack up so I can ship them out tomorrow. And I'm probably going to be up until the AM. All right. So I'll watch The Oval later. If it's good, I might do a live stream tomorrow night. All right. But let me get into the episode because I know that's what you're here for. So thanks again for showing up, everybody. Looks like I'm coming in loud and clear. So let's get into it. Let me tell you this. This episode would have been the perfect bruh crossover. Are you hearing me? This episode would have been the perfect bruh crossover. Not only do we have the same actor who plays Bill from Bruh in this episode of Sistas playing Rich, I believe. He's the friend of Tony, the one who's kind of creepy for Danny at her job, you know? So I felt like this could have been great. I mean, let's say Andy went on a blind date with Tom. I don't know. And then from there, two of the bruhs, Bill and maybe John went on the date, to back him up or something. That would have been great. This episode has some missed potential, but I do feel like everything else was pretty solid. I knew this was a decent episode when D.A. Burke swooped in and he shut this Q crap down. He's like, drop the charges against Sabrina Maurice. Q, you're going to jail. Logan, you apologize. I'm like, how are people hating on this episode? You all know for well over a year, I have despised this entire storyline. But here, this wonderful white man, he swoops in and he shuts it down. That alone is 4 points. Come on now. You look, call me crazy or whatever, but that alone was a great thing. Number 2, the opening scene, I laughed. I got some good laughs out of it. Bio talking about how, you know what, you're an evil woman, Sabrina. My mother was going to kill the fat goat, the big goat for you. You're going to marry me, and I need to have 55 children. We need to repopulate my country, and I need to have more kids than my brother. You'll be one of my many wives. But then it turned out he did all that to show Sabrina a bit about herself in terms of, I'm not a closed-minded individual. And the reason I don't like your friend Maurice, it doesn't have much to do about his sexuality. There are different factors. And looking at the fan critique of Maurice and even my own, I'm like, yeah, there are a number of reasons why Maurice arguably isn't a good person. And it has nothing to do with his sexuality. It's the way he talks to people, the way he treats people, the way he flaunts his sexuality to others in a very uncomfortable way. Folks, this was a good episode. And I forgot what Sabrina says. Like, did I get played? Did I get punked? That was hilarious. Sabrina, I was not on the phone with my mother. I was just showing you that most people think that because we're African, that we all have the same thing, a bunch of wives and different, children and this, that, and the third, and goats. That was funny. It was. Because my biggest argument was like, wait a minute. Bio, here's how I knew either Bio was playing Sabrina or Tyler just had some bad writing. Bio was talking about how I'll have your bail revoked and you'll go back to jail. I'm like, Bio can't do that because Sabrina's bail money was from Andy and Robin. Maurice's bail money was from Maurice. I mean, see, yeah, Bio's bail money was for Maurice, but at the same time, with Bio having as much money and whatnot, you could argue that he can get it revoked. But the fact that Sabrina said, I'd rather go to jail than get married to you was hilarious. All right. So I enjoyed the opening scene. I'll talk about Zatima because they were barely in the episode, but here's the thing. I like that. I know people are like, Jeremy, how dare you say you only liked a little bit of Zach and Fatima? Do you know why, folks? This is like when they first got together and Zach and Fatima were barely in episodes. They like, Zach could be off doing his own thing. Fatima could be at work. They would be in the episode, but it wasn't common for us to see them together. They could be on the phone, and when we got them together, they'll be together for maybe a couple of minutes. And I like that because it allows for the other main characters to get some shine. Now, trust and believe, I see y'all talking about Karen and the baby bump. I'll get to that. Don't worry. But I'm telling you, I really enjoyed the episode. But yeah, the Zatima stuff was exactly what we thought it would be. I did like on the car ride over there, Fatima told Zach about the Hayden and Tamara thing. And, Fatima's kind of feeling bad about, well, I didn't want it to go that far with them getting married. Zach's like, look, don't you man up. Don't even worry about it. She got wrecked. Hey, thank you, Kadeen. Thank you for that. She like, I got wrecked. Like, yeah, I got wrecked. But yeah, Fatima feeling bad was funny, but then Zach shut that down. And then thankfully, the older woman, she agreed to be a big help when welfare comes by. And she vouched for, the treatment that Michael is getting from Heather and who knows how many of those boyfriends who are walking around the apartment complex. But the fact that Zach went up there 10 toes deep, he wasn't afraid of no bones. He was beating his behind. It was like when he was beating up his brother in the hospital towards the ending of Zatima season 2. So yeah, the ending of this episode was good, but it was just like I predicted. It was. Oh, we got over 200 people. We good. We good. Guys, we got 84 likes. Can we get it up? Let's try to get to triple digits here. Hit the thumbs up button if you joined in. Also, if you just joined in, you should see my chat at the top of the screen. I gave this episode an 8 out of 10. And if you want to donate via Cash App, you can. You can do so. My Cash App username is up there. Because if you donate through Super Chat, YouTube takes a percentage, and YouTube be tripping, as you all know. But back to the episode. No, remember the actor that plays Tom on Bruh, he played another character. I forgot his name, but he was in Sistas season 1. I think it was Ben. He was an old colleague of Andy from law school. So the actor who plays Bill and Bruh plays Rich in this episode. They exist in the same world. Okay, I guess we can talk about the intervention, the Karenvention, if you will. First of all, it was stupid of Andy to be right outside of Karen's apartment talking relatively loud about the entire baby daddy situation. Hey, Karen came to the job and was tripping. She almost got into it with Fatima. She was screaming how she's going to take Zach for everything he has. And then Aaron comes up and says that, hey, I'm the father. And then Karen opens the door and Andy looks surprised. You're standing right outside of her apartment. You don't expect her to hear any of that? It would have been different if y'all were standing outside. So I don't really know what the heck y'all are surprised about. Now, kind of like the DA quickly shutting down the Q stuff, Danny owned that intervention. Danny did not waste any time. Hey, you know what's funny? Her and Danny are the loudest talkers. That's why Tony said, hey, I can't help hearing what she says on the phone because she talks so loud. But anyway, back to the Karenvention. Danny did not waste time. Danny got right to the. She's like, look, how many times have we done this? Okay, Karen, let me tell you about yourself. Danny, okay, DA Burke, the DA who shut Q down, and Danny, in my opinion, they were the MVPs of the episode. Don't get me wrong, Zach, he was good with the fight and all, but I'm talking about like throughout the episode. Danny did not pull punch. Danny just went right to it. She didn't, Sabrina tried to like, hey, no. Let's see what she has to say. And I respect that. I respect that because maybe let's hear what Karen had to say. But three things on Karen. Number one, the way she was postured in that chair, I'm like, whoa, does she have a bit of a baby bump? But then I look closer and I'm like, it's debatable, but I'm going to say no. I think the way she was in her chair and then the fact she had her hand on her stomach, it could look like she had a bump, but I don't think so. I need to go back and look, but it looks like they're getting there. Number two, when I had the screen frozen so I could see there was a bump, I noticed she ain't wearing them white boots, so obviously she's relatively calm because she ain't wearing them Satan boots on her feet. And number three, the fact that she's all calm, greeting the girls and everything, I'm like, that's how Karen is. Like, the only time she's calm is when she's raised hell, walking like a 90-year-old woman. Y'all, you tripping. But no, you notice that's how Karen is. Once she goes off on a person or a group of people, that's when she calms down. When she went into Zach with those letters, when she went off on Zach a number of times, and she's like, you know what? Those letters were, my mom was right. I feel like everything is so clear and I feel calm. Bullshit. But anyway, what did she say? I talked to the doctor and it's the baby. as Medea said when quoting Maya Angelou, when someone shows you who they really are, believe them. No, that's who you are, Karen. Don't be blaming it. Don't be blaming it on the baby. And oh yeah, she's going for another checkup tomorrow too. Let me guess, she's going to get another test to see who the baby daddy is. Who cares? Who cares? Also, I'm glad that the girls tried to call out Karen, because Karen was like, yeah, the baby and the stress, and Zach is trying to play me, and they're like, Zach ain't trying to play you. And then it's like, well, you saw how he came to me at the salon. Danny broke it down like a fraction. He loves you, but he don't love you like you think he loves you. He's clearly moved on, but he thought you were dead. That's why he offered you the money. It has nothing to do with him thinking the baby is his. It's ridiculous. I'm getting to that half-assed apology. Don't worry, I'm getting to that. But yeah, it's the fact that this woman just wants to believe what she wants to believe. And then Andy tries to bring up, well, it takes her a while, but she eventually brings up the whole, well, was Zach the only other person aside from Aaron you were messing around with? What kind of person do you think I am, Andy? I'm offended. Stop the cap. Just be quiet. Karen, shut up. Shut up. Shut the hell up. What kind of person do you think I am? A hoe. Let's be honest here. That's the one thing. Look, I'm not trying to shame or anything, but that's the one thing I thought about when Miss Lisa showed up. I mean, it makes sense you would want to take care of your pregnant daughter to make sure she's okay. But at the same time, you would think there would be some maybe not scolding, but to say it's a bit irresponsible to have multiple men running around not knowing who the father is. You would think there'd be some mother-daughter talk there, but there wasn't. There wasn't. But in any case, from there, they switch gears talking about how Danny, speaking of which, where the hell is Preston at? For all Danny knows, this dude could be hanging from the fires. Well, no, I think she's on the first floor. Is Preston still high or what? Are we just going to forget he exists? What the hell is going on? Danny's like, oh yeah, I'll go with you, Andy, on your date, and then I'll go home. Maybe you should call to see if Preston's okay, assuming he can even answer the damn phone. Damn, rodeos. Who knows what rodeo's doing right now? I don't know. He could be wearing that ugly Little Bo Peep dress that Danny had on during the beginning of season 3. I don't know what the hell's going on. But yeah, so they talk about the dating app situation, the fact that Andy's on the app, and then that, and I'm glad that Andy demanded an apology, but the fact that Karen said it so fast that it essentially came out as gibberish. And then when Danny tried to get on the apology train to get hers too, Karen called them bitches and told them to leave. Yet again, I'm thinking to myself, and look, I'm getting to Aaron too. The way Aaron left the apartment, and that was the end of that, I felt like Andy and the girls should have said the same damn thing. Like, you know what, Karen? Deuces, we're done with you. It's stupid. It really is. But okay, yeah, there's only 2 more things to talk about. Yeah, so Aaron comes by because Aaron gets to call because I loved how all the women, it's like every time Karen said, I'm going to call Aaron and I'm going to tell him he's not the father of the baby. Sabrina said, are you sure? Andy's like, well, okay, you can do that. Danny's like, all right. So from there, yeah, it's no better an apology than remember when Fatima was over at the penthouse and then Karen came over to apologize, and it wasn't even an apology. She says, I'm sorry. And it's like, I love you, right? But, are you going to let this go? Because you know how you like to hold on to stuff. Half-ass apology. Let's be honest. Don't they usually say 0% you're not the father? I don't know. But yeah, didn't it say 99.9% or something? But in any case, Aaron comes over and this dude Just say that the doctor or somebody showed you the results. I don't know why. How can you sit up there and say, I know I'm the father? I saw the results. How did you see the results? That's not important. Nigga, just say it. Say how you saw the results. It's not that hard. What's the problem? Rico, season 1. He came, Karen pulled out the condom, but he shut it down. I think he gave her a bottle of wine too. He was like, look, I'm tired of being your side piece. Okay. You know, I found somebody and we're getting married. He took the test. He gets the results too. Thank you for some. Sorry. Yeah. Thank you. People have been saying that all week. But I didn't know that, you know, if you gave your DNA or if your DNA was part of a test and you get the results too. But why the hell would Aaron say one thing, but then Karen say another? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. Yeah, Aaron is like, what's his name? Kevin Walton. He does a good job of the character. I've seen him in other projects too, but Aaron needs to go. I feel like the only reason he should be around is if he's the father, because kind of like with Hayden and Tamara, it gets Karen off of Zatima's back. Yeah, I said Zatima, not Fatima. But it was just sad to see him go out like that. It's like, bro, have some dignity. Like the woman said, she doesn't want this anymore. I need to be single for a while. Folks, we all know what that means. I want to be single now to focus on me and the baby so I can still chase after Zach. That's essentially what it means. I will give Tyler Perry props if Aaron is gone for good. Or at the very least, he's gone for several episodes. Because you know, how many times have we seen this in the past where Karen tells Aaron, I need space. I need to be single right now. I don't know about how I feel. Please, like a job interview, don't call us. We'll call you. And he's like, I understand. I'll give you space. The next episode, or a SpongeBob narrator, the next day. Karen, you know, I've been praying all night, and the Lord told me you're the woman for me. Did you get the flowers? Watch, watch. You're gonna get a delivery tomorrow with some damn flowers. That's how that dude works. But honestly, I felt like this scene was so good that this needed to be his exit. Now, what's she gonna do if it turns out he is the father and he's already moved on? He's like, wait, yo, yeah. He said, like, what does that mean? It's like, so does this mean can I still call you? Can I still come over? You know, to like, bro, have some dignity. Stop being stop simping. You have my number. Like he ever waits for a call. Thank you. That dude doesn't know how to wait for a call. All I'm saying is, like I said in my episode synopsis for episode 16, where it says Karen could be on the verge of losing everything. This man has offered to take care of you and that baby, even if it isn't his. This man has offered to help you out financially and physically with getting the salon back on track. Yet you said, I'll come up with the money. How the hell you going to come up with the money? I know Andy said that she could help out, but she exhausted her own money getting Sabrina out of jail. You toe up I sound like Karen. Karen toe up the check that Zach wrote for her. So she going to ask Zach. Zach better not give her that damn money. He better not. I don't think he is, though. I don't think he's going to give her the money, though. I don't think he's going to give her the money. No, that pregnant fiance, that is another woman name. I forgot her name. I've done videos on her, but no, Karen is not the pregnant fiance. Andy knows about Rico. Yep. Tyler better get his writer's room. Season 7. So yeah, Karen almost fell when Aaron tried to kiss her, and he's like, I'm only one phone call away. So then he leaves. So yet again, Karen is refusing. Karen is refusing to accept the reality of Zach not being the father, that she's literally pushing everyone away. So when it comes to, find out that the baby isn't Zach's, her salon still isn't up and running and whatnot, she's on her own. She has nobody to blame but herself. Nona, Karen confirmed in the beginning of the season, she did not have insurance. She had insurance, but she stopped it after Isaiah took most of her customers, but she never put it back, which was stupid. So she does not have insurance on the shop. It's not that Karen lost everybody. She pushed them away, and now she's going to walk around all pitiful, trying to get somebody to feel sorry for her ass. It's stupid. It really is. Yeah, so we could talk about that, blind date, Jordan and Andy. It's a nice, Priscilla from the Oval, how she's wearing like a nice pink dress. It looks good. Andy's looks good too, but I feel like those shoulder pad things are a bit much, And yeah, she never explained what she did with that $75,000. Yeah, remember what I said prior to season 6B? We could be seeing the exit of most of these characters to bring in new characters. So I honestly enjoyed what's his name, Rich, Tony, and Jordan. We only got to see him for a little bit, but I thought it was okay. Especially Tony and Rich, talking about how they're all divorced, they don't plan on getting married anytime soon. They're just playing the field. Well, not playing the field, but just enjoying life. I got a question for you all. The way Danny and Sabrina were talking, do they have it? Danny is the last person to try to judge someone about dating, considering all the strays she's let up into her home and has slept with and whatnot. She the last person to try to judge, Andy had on the prom. Karen is crazy. She told Andy that Fatima and Zach are trying to keep her out of their pockets. She will just come up with anything to make it seem like she's a victim and she's the one raising hell. Yes, the same actor from Bruh who plays Bill played Rich in this episode. And they're in the same universe. Andy looked like she was going to prom in that thing. Come on. She looked good. It's just smile. KJ has a nice smile. That's what sells it for me. But yeah, so what is it with all these damn athletes? Gary was a professional athlete. Jordan was a basketball and a football player. Damn. I mean, there are other ways to be rich. But in any case, it looks like the date is semi going well, so that's good. And we know this guy's going to be around next season too. So yeah. Q got what he deserved. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I'm liking the numbers on this live stream. I hope this is an indicator that my videos this week do well. Andy didn't know how to be on that date. Nah, the extra money. I thought the same thing. I thought it was only 99% if it was a positive match. Yeah, I haven't seen the Oval yet, but I have no doubt it was probably better than Sisters. But like I said, I enjoyed this episode for what it was. I think Danny stood out for telling Karen what it was. D.A. Burke for shutting the Q stuff down. We got to meet some new characters. We seemingly got the exit of Q and Aaron from the show. Possibly. I don't know for sure, but I thought it was good. Like I said, this could have been the perfect bruh crossover. We needed to check in on Preston. And other than that, I don't have too many complaints. Yeah, the doctor said she was almost 4 weeks pregnant. Then Karen asked about 6 weeks. I don't know. It's probably been, quote unquote, 6 weeks total. Yeah, she kept holding her belly. The Sabrina and Bio scene I thought was funny. That's the stereotypical imagery of Tyler Perry that only rich blacks are athletes. Yeah, I know, right? I'm not rich. I make good money on YouTube and eBay, but I think it would be cool to kind of diversify it. It doesn't always have to be athletes. Oh, you saw the straps on the pregnancy bump. Well, when I download the episode, I had to check out for that. I had to check for that. Yeah, but so sadly, like I said, I have not watched the Oval because if I did, I would add that conversation to this live stream to make it longer. But let me give you some updates real quick. Don't worry, we'll talk some more sisters, but yeah, Sabrina is just naive in the fact that I feel like she's defending the wrong person. I mean, if you were in Sabrina's position, would you choose Maurice over Bio? You know, and I'm talking Bio. No, now that we know he was lying about the marriage and the multiple wives and this, that, and the third, I feel like he probably doesn't want to marry Sabrina because she comes with so much baggage, and I have to agree, you know, I would hate to be that kind of boyfriend or fiance to tell my woman like who you can and can't be friends with, but Sabrina needs to pick better company. Yeah, when that lady told Zach that he made. Also, didn't Zach call Fatima his wife? Didn't Zach call Fatima his wife? Yeah. What's up with that? That's like the second time he told the doctor in Zatima, "This is my wife." He told this woman, "This is my wife." They ain't married now, are they? Or is he just saying that? What's up with that, Zach? You got some explaining to do. I need to message the Val, like, "Yo, did y'all get married yet, or what's going on?" Yeah. Sabrina acts silly sometimes. I think Sabrina is a nice girl, but she's just too absent-minded and dependent on what other people have to say and think. I think he's just saying it. Yeah. Oh yeah, older people tend to not have a filter. That's I know. Yeah, I don't know. They just don't have a filter at all. Well, yeah, folks, that's the episode in a nutshell. I mean, I'm not ending the live stream right now, but yeah, that's the episode in a nutshell. I enjoyed it. I know a lot of people could look. If I had watched the episode live with commercials, yeah, I'd probably be mad because when I was skipping the commercials on the YouTube TV app, I'm like, oh, it looks like the 8-minute gap of commercials. Sheesh. We need to have a special episode on Zatima when Zach and Fatima get married. Yeah. Y'all nice. Sabrina's dumb. Sorry, but even I, with all of my Tyler Perry knowledge, cannot give you a definitive timeline because of conflicting pieces of dialogue. So yeah. Also, I'll take a couple minutes. I can give you a house update real quick. Just real quick. We'll get back to sisters. So last Thursday, my mom and I went up to Lynchburg, 55-minute drive to go close. I'm like, hell yeah, let's do this thing. Walk in the office at 10:59 for the 11 a.m. meeting. And guess what? Oh, did you not get my message, Mr. Carden? Wait, what? So the lawyers canceled the meeting because it turns out that the person selling the land has not signed the deed or some other paperwork. So we made the drive for nothing. The guy at the office called me Wednesday, but I didn't get the call because I guess bad service or something. So we went up there for nothing. Basically, this woman needs to sign some paperwork because the people who sell the land are very incompetent. So yeah, I gotta wait for that to be done before they can start the house stuff. But my dad's he had like half a dozen guys. They've done a great job cleaning up the property. There's some other stuff that needs to get done, but so the house stuff is on pause for right now because I gotta wait until the lawyers on her end do crap. So yeah. Okay, back to sisters now. She would try to stop the wedding like build. Lord no. Bill Lord, no, Bill and bruh, that entire wedding crap was just awful. I want to hear Zach say Fatima is his wife in front of Karen. Her head would pop off. I mean, I told my mom, I'm like, this is just First, YouTube demonetizes me, and then they don't give me my $9,000. I get my channel back, but I don't get the money. The house stuff, I close on the house. Hey, Jeremy, come on up. You can sign on the loan and the land and you're good. I go up there and then they cancel the meeting. Where my gas money at? So now I got to wait for this crap. Yeah, I mean, because I've done everything. I've closed, I put up the closing costs, my dad and his people getting the land together, but I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I'm still mad because I was going to use that YouTube money to pay off some credit cards and put money in my savings, but I've been working crazy hard. Like you can't see it, but I got like 155 different eBay orders stacked up in front of me, Pokemon cards I need to get shipped out tomorrow. So I don't know. Yeah, I just hate how unprofessional some people are, because if the person selling the land was serious, they would have all this crap, put together. So I don't know. Yeah, because I couldn't even get the house I originally picked out because she took so long on some paperwork when we first got started that I had to redo my application. And because the interest had, went up on the housing market, I had to downgrade, and that pissed me off. So I don't know. But yeah. Um, I mean, you don't not do YouTube. I'd suggest it because they've actually made it pretty reasonable. You need 500 subscribers and like 3,000 watch hours, which is obtainable. So yeah, it's just YouTube just slowed my momentum, and that's what pissed me off. DNA test is supposed to say 0 if Aaron's not the father. Pam and the preacher should date. Yeah, Pam and Aaron are going to be together. You remember the play, The Marriage Counselor, when Becky and Floyd were dating at the end? That was funny. I feel like the same thing's going to happen. Karen's going to be miserable and alone, and then she's going to talk to Pam, and then Pam's going to be happy with Aaron. I feel like that's what's going to happen. Yeah, every time you turn around. So it's like every time I think I'm going one step closer to getting the house, everything just smooths back. And the thing is, it's not my fault. Like I've done everything. It's just like the opposing side that's selling the land hasn't signed some paperwork, which is stupid, because the quicker we close, we're done. Also, somebody earlier asked about bruh. I don't know when the show's coming back. It might not be until next year. Ruthless should be coming back next month. Also, 2 months and it's Christmas. Can you believe that? 2 months. Yeah, and hey, one good thing on the way back from Lynchburg, we stopped in Brookneal. Food Lion has the Little Debbie's out that are Christmas. So the gingerbread men are awesome. They actually got the gingerbread out all year, but they don't have the sprinkles on it. But yeah, I used to remember growing up, the Little Debbie Christmas trees, which are good, but I just stopped eating. I don't know. When I got a bit older, I just stopped liking too much sugar. Like as a kid, I would love frosting on cake and whatnot. But if a cake got way too much frosting now, it's not for me. Get used to it. That's home ownership. No. It's the problem is that the people who are working on this should have this crap done. Like what made me upset is that the lawyers who set up the meeting should not have set it up if that woman hadn't signed her stuff, because you just wasted my time. Yeah. I hate that they're stopping Danny, but I like that Danny didn't. She just shut it down. Like, look, don't invite me to come because I'm going to speak the truth. Now let's get to the bottom of it. Karen, let me tell you what's what. That's why I like that scene. Now the rest of the scene kind of felt dragged out, but I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, it's like you push Aaron away regardless as to whether he's the father or not. I feel like she's pushing Aaron away because he's a constant reminder of her own lies. It's just that, yeah, I don't want to accept that he's the father, so I'm going to push him away. Pushing Aaron away won't change the results of the DNA test when that baby pops out. So you can rant and rave. Also, I'm mad. I'm mad. I don't believe Danny brought up the blank sheet of paper. Remember when they were there last time and then Danny saw that the paper was blank? Why didn't she bring that up? I was mad about that. Why didn't they bring that up? Why didn't they bring that up? I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. I still like that Danny just shut Karen and her nonsense down, but I wish she would have brought that up because what, like Zach trying to play me and all this stuff is like, well, you tried to play him with that damn blank sheet of paper. I know I thought she was going to bring that up. Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. So yeah, this episode I thought was good, but there were maybe like three things that could have made it better. Danny bringing up the blank sheet of paper, Danny actually going to check on Preston, and this could have been a great bruh crossover. Yep. But yeah, it did look like she kind of had a baby bump. Let's see here. But yeah, I think it's exciting. We can like shift gears here. I think it was pretty good. Thanks for joining in, Miss Baker. Have a good night. Tyler Perry has an 8-picture deal with Netflix. I think that's pretty exciting because with him giving Sisters and a bunch of other shows to other writers, it looks like Tyler Perry is going to focus more on the movie side of things, which again I feel is great because if this allows him to kind of like narrow his focus where he's not overseeing 50 different projects and he's focusing on maybe 4 or 5, then we could see some quality stuff. Like I did like a Jazz Man's Blues. I just hated how he made Bio so stupid towards the end of it, or Bayou so stupid towards the end of it. Because aside from that, that was a pretty solid movie. It looked good. The writing was decent. The music was great. I hope that we see that kind of quality in his future films. Yeah, the writers or Tyler Perry. Remember, this is Tyler still writing this. Focus on the baby should have been the first thing and not slipping back and forth between two dudes. 100% agree. I'm glad we didn't see nothing with Cam. See, that's why I don't mind Hayden as much because he's not necessarily messing around with Zach and Fatima as much. Danny knows Karen is lying. Yep. Also, Danny doesn't want to lose that bet she made with Sabrina about the baby anyway. So, yeah, if Zach was still broke, I feel like she would be cursing him all the time for making her pregnant and also rubbing Aaron in his face. It's like, see, you know what? I got a real man. He's going to take care of me and his baby, despite the fact that he ain't even yours. So you can keep your little $5 that I know you don't got because I got a real man with Aaron. That's basically what she will be doing. Oh, also, I'm on Instagram real quick. Also, it looks like the SAG members are meeting up with the CEOs and everything. So fingers crossed that things make some progress with that. That'll be pretty good. So we can get back to new content. Yeah, yeah. Because remember that lady said, what's his name? Bones or something. She can't even keep track of all the different men that Heather has going through the apartment. Oh yeah, she even like, "Are you okay with all this?" Yeah, look. I agree. It wasn't cool how that neighbor was just rubbing it in Fatima's face, but again, older people don't have filters, and it is disrespectful, but they don't care. They don't care. They do not care. This man tonight was totally different. Did Zach even finish? I don't know. They spent too much time on Karen. I agree, but I feel like it was necessary just to kind of move the plot along, like to essentially say goodbye to Aaron, and that intervention was a waste of time. It was a different, yeah, it was, yeah. This wasn't the same guy as before. Heather has many boyfriends, so there are going to be multiple guys coming through her place. Yeah. Yeah, she called welfare a bunch of times, yet nobody's come over yet. I don't know. Maybe they don't care, but then again, they say nothing's on record. You're right. There is some conflicting information there. That's a good observation. I hope Zach gets his son away from Heather. We shall see. So does that see that's the thing. That earns a couple points. Karen essentially having somewhat of a baby bump. There you go. A couple extra points. Yeah, Aaron, Logan, and Q. I don't want Logan gone yet. Logan needs to apologize to Maurice and Sabrina. Then he can go. Goodbye. You are the weakest link. But no, the fact that the DA swooped in and you know, shut this Q crap down was great. Also, get rid of Calvin. Get rid of Calvin. I like the DA. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. I like these no nonsense characters who just ain't got time for the foolishness. They need to sue the bank. Honestly, I don't. I said it before. Sabrina does deserve some of the blame because Q has come to the bank twice since the robbery, and she did nothing about it. She could have called somebody. She could have, done a number of things. So, yeah. Yeah, that's why I always say Sabrina is like 5% responsible. Maurice is a good 60% of this. Calvin deserves about 35%, and Sabrina deserves 5%. Now, Calvin deserves it because he at first he was anti-Q, but then he was the one who started letting Q come into the apartment and crap. And then you know what? After hearing Q's story, I'm cool with him staying here, stupid ass. But like I said, Tyler had to make, these characters stupid. No, Calvin should get with Peggy. Remember that white girl he was with? He needs to get with her and leave Sabrina alone. I laughed when the DA told Q he didn't sign off on the deal between them. And didn't he say the other people who he was robbing the bank with signed the deal? I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. So basically, Q thought that he could, squeal on everyone else, and yet they were the ones who turned against him. He got what he Q doesn't need to be in another episode. Let this be the end of Q. We are done. We don't need to see no more. Like that. No more. Man, that would be pretty messed up. Arrest him. That's not his son. That would be pretty interesting. I doubt that's going to happen, but still. No more Q. But like I said, Preston's going to go too because Danny's going to start interacting with Tony. Yep. Let's see, what time is it? It is 11, almost 11:30. What I'm going to do is in a few minutes I'll probably start the oval, because I think I saw, yeah, it's funny how the Twitter and whatnot, Twitter for the oval, they are posting clips of the episode after the episode airs. Like, for example, I saw that Eli gets sworn in. Awesome, another creepy boyfriend. Yep. I didn't like any of the new love interests. First of all, we just met Jordan. Come on, be easy on the guy. Yeah, Tony is a bit creepy. What's his name? Rich. I don't know. I don't like any of the new love interest. Erica, can we at least agree on this? At least there are some new characters, as opposed to just the same crap we've been seeing over and over again. At least we close some of the storylines. That is what I praise this episode for. Yeah, he turned to the Incredible Hulk. Are they new though? I don't know. I enjoyed the episode. It was good. Yeah, I wouldn't give it a 10, but I think it was pretty good. I don't think, folks, Robin is gone. I do not see Robin coming back. If Robin truly got the boot from the company, it's some other people. I think the reasons I keep saying Fatima's his wife is when Mr. Wilson told Zach, yeah, you're right. You're right. That makes sense. Why didn't Well, to be honest, I don't know. Maybe Sabrina was embarrassed by the whole thing. Maybe Sabrina was embarrassed. Also, I did see the clip. So I was wrong. It looks like Bobby is still alive on the oval, but Priscilla came across as one of the sisters. The fact that Bobby rightfully called her out and yet she got pissed off about it. I'm like, Priscilla, you're straight up being one of the sisters. You the one using this man to make your husband jealous, talking all big, talking about sex and everything, but then when it's the time, you don't want to have sex, and then you get mad when he doesn't want to have sex because he doesn't want to. He's like, look, I wanted you to get over Lily or this woman, and you wanted me to get over your husband, and nah, they ain't gonna go. So yeah, it will be great for Robin needs to come back just once to show that he got the one up on Gary and Hayden. That would be great. But other than that, I don't know. Yeah. All right. Well, folks, we've been up here for almost an hour, and yeah. But thank the Lord, pulled through tonight. Seems we had no tech issues, and I'm assuming that notifications must have went out since a lot of you came into the party and stayed. But yeah, hopefully this week the numbers go back up on the channel, because like I said, I was like, yeah, I might have to post these videos like my episode review to my backup channel because I need to get this ad revenue up again, because like I said, trying to pay off some credit cards, and with the house stuff moving forward, I really need to stash money away from my account. Yeah, gave up the lottery, which sucks. It is very, very sad. Not playing like the online Virginia lottery games and whatnot. But I said, I'm breaking even most of the time. Sometimes I get a decent win, but I can't now that when I found out the house stuff was moving forward, I'm like, I can't afford to gamble. So I'll just save money, pay bills, that kind of stuff. And that's why I've been like grinding on eBay so hard to get this stuff going. Also, if you haven't been getting notifications, just constantly check the channel. I'm pretty consistent. I usually go live right after Sisters, and I try to upload videos as much as I can, so there's that. But that's all I have. Thanks so much for tuning in. Like I said, please show engagement on my content whenever I upload. Like the videos, comment your thoughts, because YouTube pumps out the videos as a result of that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So have a great night. Either tomorrow or Friday, you will have my episode review. Also, BET needs to post the trailers early, because they did not post the trailers until today, and they need to stop that. They need to put the trailers up within 24, 48 hours to hype up the episode. All right, have a great night. Talk to y'all later.